Okay, first off, just very excited about this class. When I look at the overall class, it's a very well-rounded class. There wasn't a whole lot of drama today, and I think that says a lot about the signees' loyalty. I think it says a lot about our staff, which did a wonderful job developing relationships, and everything went pretty much as planned today, which is a blessing. Once again, the state of Alabama was a priority for us. We signed 10 players from the state of Alabama, 6 from the state of Georgia, and 4 from Florida. And those are our 3 states that we make our living in. So real pleased with that. Signed 11 on offense. Just offensive tackles was kind of our priority. The 2 guys that we wanted from the get-go, we got. Two quarterbacks was definitely a priority, and then 2 tight ends. Defensively, we signed 10 players. Defensive backs, we signed 4, 3 linebackers, and we wanted a pass rusher to replace Carl Lawson, and then we had 2 specialists. Just real briefly, just the early enrollees, I've talked about some of them briefly before. Malcolm Askew, a defensive back, a very talented young man that can run. He's got a very good skill set. He played offense in high school, too, with very good ball skills. Nick Brahms, a lineman, a center, guard, very tough type guy that brings a physical presence. I think he's got a chance to be a very good player. KJ Britt, an inside linebacker, a true inside linebacker that plays downhill. He really provides a physical presence. He's got the ability to make the people around him better. Sal Cannella is a guy that we really felt like had great ball skills, can stretch the field. We needed some depth at tight end, so he really fit that need. Jarrett Stidham, talked about him before. I think he's got a chance to be a very good football player. He's coming in to competing for the starting job. Malik Willis is a guy that has only played quarterback for really just a little over a year. And we really felt like as a staff that if this guy would have been playing quarterback for 2 to 3 years, he'd be one of the top in the country. He reminds me a little bit of Nick Marshall with the way he runs and the way he throws the football. Chandler Wooten is a guy that we identified over a year ago about being one of the better linebackers we felt like in all the country. A long guy that can run, gives us a lot of versatility. And then, of course, the signees today, starting with Calvin Ashley, the first facts in. Calvin is a guy that we feel like can come in immediately and have a chance to compete. Really reminds me a lot of Greg Robinson when Greg was this age. Thing about Calvin, he stayed extremely loyal to us. He's a 5-star guy. He was very solid, and we really appreciate him and really looking forward to coaching him. John Schenker is a guy that is a tight end. He reminds me of Philip Lutzenkirchen. He's about the same size. His ball skills are very good. He can put his hand down. He can block. He does a lot of H-back stuff that we do in our offense. So very excited about his versatility. And then Noah, and then I'm just going to start calling him Iggy, okay? So I don't know exactly how to pronounce that last name, so it's Noah Iggy, okay? Noah is a guy that is a wide receiver. He played a wide receiver and running back for his high school, a dynamic guy. We think he's got unbelievable upside, extremely fast. Both his parents ran track in the Olympics, and he's a young guy too as far as age goes. We really think his upside's really big. Austin Troxell is a guy that we identified a long time ago as being one of the better offensive tackles in the country. We've recruited him for almost 3 years. Great family, and we think he's got a chance to be a very good player. Alaric Williams, another guy that's been very loyal to us, committed to us for a long time, a running back. Slot receiver, gives us a lot of flexibility and versatility to utilize him. Tyrone Truesdale's a big athletic guy. He came to our Big Cat weekend over the summer. We kept up with him. We brought him in this last weekend, and just feel like he's got great upside, and he can really run. He's got very good instincts, and I think he's going to be a very good player. Devin Barrett, running back, he was the #1 running back on our board from the get-go. He was the one that we wanted. He's got a great vision. He's got great speed. He's got the ability to take it 80 on any given play. He can stretch the field down the field as far as catching the football. I really think he's got a chance to come in here and compete right off the bat. Very excited about Devin. Jordan Peters, a defensive back. has the ability to play safety or corner. He's long. I think he's gonna even grow and get bigger. He's a very good tackler, a very physical guy. Very excited about Jordan and think he's got a chance to be an outstanding player. TD Moultrie, think about TD. He's one of the best players, if not the best player in the state. He's a 5-star guy. He took no other visits. He was extremely loyal to us. He helped us recruit. He's got a unique skill set. I mean, he's got an explosiveness that very few have. Playing inside linebacker, he's got the ability to rush the passer. He played in some of these all-star games and really was the best player on the field in the all-star games. We're very excited about TD. We think he can come in here and help right off the bat. Anders Carlson's Daniel's brother, #1 kicker in the country. I think there's so many similarities. Very excited to have them. I know he's excited to play with his brother. And, Daniel's the best kicker in college football. I think everybody knows that, and we think Anders has a chance to follow in his footsteps and be one of the best, too. Alec Jackson, a defensive lineman from Jeff Davis, very athletic, very athletic. He's got a frame that he's even going to grow and get bigger. He's a very smart young man. We really think he's got a chance to really help us. Then Trey Leonard, a defensive back from West Palm Beach, a guy that's been on campus a few times and just really connected. And we just felt like he was an Auburn type guy. Really watched him. He was committed to another school for a while, and he came on board with us. And we think he's got a very good skill set. He can run. He's long. He's a very good tackler. And he's kind of one of those mature guys. I think he'll have a chance to come here and help right off the bat, too. Carlito Gonzalez is a safety. He's your prototypical safety. He's very physical. He can run. He's got a nose for the ball. He plays fearless. He's been very loyal to us, too. He's been through 3 defensive back coaches, and he didn't flinch. He stayed with us, so very excited about Carlito. Jatarvius Whitlow is a guy that really has been on my mind for a while. He came to camp this summer, just had an outstanding camp. The defensive coaches were kind of looking at him as safety, and the offensive coaches looking at him as an athlete, receiver type. And then when Chip got here, we pulled up the film again. Not just his game film, but the film from this summer at camp, and just felt like we needed him to be a part of our offense. He's got a very good skill set. He's got very good ball skills, and we're going to play him at wide receiver. Starting out, Bill Taylor, a long snapper. He's a big long snapper, a big physical guy that can tackle. And when you can find a guy that, can snap it consistently and accurately and tackle, they're hard to find. We're very excited about Bill. And then, of course, our last one was Big Cat Bryant. And Big Cat's a guy that we've circled in, we've recruited for a long time. He's Montravius Adams' cousin. He is a pass rushing machine. He's an Auburn-type kid. With a great family and great support system, and just excited for him. But overall, I look at this class, very athletic, a lot of character. The academics is very important to them, and so I'm very excited about this. And I'll just say our staff just did a super job developing relationships, identifying talented kids that have great character. And so we got guys that can really come in here and help us right off the bat. So I'm extremely excited to have this class signed and here. All right, questions?